Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy SBX, and I want to talk about cancers. And pretty much, this is another SBX horoscope of the month. And like I said, this month is a Cancer month, and this video is all about the personal traits of a Cancer. Now, before I talk about it, just let you know, guys, I'm not talking about the disease cancer. Y'all stupid motherfuckers don't know. And I'm just gonna elaborate on what cancers are and my personal experience with them. I pretty much know that cancers are a water sign, and their planet is Moon, and they're the fourth sign of the zodiac. And if you're born between June 21st or the 22nd to July the 22nd, then you are a Cancer. So the credentials of a Cancer is I feel. And a Cancer is all about their feelings, their emotion, their emotion. They react towards emotion. Pretty much both men and Cancers, they feel a certain way about anything, good and bad. So, like Cancer men, they act like women. Not trying to disrespect y'all, but they think like women when they're emotional. But that's gonna be one con I can say. But right now I'm gonna go for the pros for it. Now, Cancer is the type of guy who stays in his own lane. They love to just indulge into their own head. You know, they like to be in their own fantasy world, who pretty much um, love to just be happy in their own way, you know. They are very kind people, and I have a good amount of Cancer friends, and they're really cool people. Shout out to all my Cancer friends who are watching this. And they tend to be entwined into their own mindset, you know, because let's go back to saying the emotion. So they just stick to what they are. If y'all ever notice, though, it's like the symbol is a crab, and the crab represents like the harshness in a way, like stability, like this, like secure and stabilized shell. It represents like like their personality, and they like safetyness, you know. They love to be safe in their own environment. So their shell is their environment. Their the emotions, everything they shelter themselves in. So most Cancers, they love to be at home with either their mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, best friends, whoever. They love their company. They love to stay with them. It's like they have moments where they want to be around them, and there's sometimes that they don't want to be bothered, where they want to be in their own and just want to be and stay alone for a while, you know, for whatever purposes. um they like to reminisce the old days, and they like to, you know, pleasure people. They love to just, you know, they're people pleasers. They do what they can to please others. It's a good trait, really. They stick to what they like. But if they're compassionate about a certain thing, like a sport or an activity they like to do or anything, they're gonna stick to it. They want to feel like that's their life, even if it's something stupid. They're gonna stick to that. You know what I mean? If they said that I want to be a bird one day, it's stupid, but there you can't change the fact or change their minds about what they want to believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's like they stick to like their principles a lot better than any other side, and they don't play this hypocritical bullshit. That's what they don't do. Just people who just be on their bullshit. And sometimes with cancers is that some cancers can be contradicted, but it's not too bad. uh I would say though, with my issues with cancer, pretty much I'm gonna talk that shit. Cons. Well, to me, I can only be friends with the males and certain females, but I just cannot have a relationship with cancers. And I've already seen why it happens. But a few years back, I was trying to get with this girl who was a cancer who I used to go to church with. And I kind of liked her because she looked good and she seemed nice. But on the flip side, it's like she had a very vindictive side of her where she's just a wreck in her own mind. So there are some times where, she's always emotional about her past and reminisce like bad relationships and stuff like that. But I don't mean to put y'all on blast, but I feel like with this cancer girl and just cancer all in general, it's like they are just into people who are just so insecure. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but it's true. They want somebody who feel like shit, like them. But sometimes you can fight it. But one thing for certain is they don't like competition at all. But it's funny how they start out with some bullshit, but they don't know how to, you know. Some of them do know how to finish it in the end, and some don't. But there are some times where, like this girl I told you, she sometimes like to fuck with me, but I show her no type of anger at all because okay, I looked at it as a Christian thing or just let her be in her own bullshit. But sometimes when you do stuff like that too much, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna make you pissed off. I mean, I'm a whole different person now, but if we made up again and she did some bullshit like that, I'm gonna definitely take it in a different way. Um, they're very clingy, meaning like they're all in your ass. They want to know what you're doing, uh, where are you going, when are you gonna come back. They want to know all the specific details about you, and it makes them passively aggressive, obsessed about your lifestyle. Um, I feel that with cancers, it's like they will not leave you the fuck alone if they're in love with you. On the flip side, though, is that I feel as if with this cancer girl I told you about, I did not click with her too well because I have nothing in common with her, and that's really the whole concept was like cancer girls that I've known or try to talk to for a while is that they have nothing interesting about their lives, and make it seem like their lives were so fucking boring. But I met some who are just, cool and we have mutual respect. But, it really all depends on who they are, I can't judge that every cancer is boring and I can't say every cancer is fun. I mean, it's put it like this: a cancer are not those type of guys who are into what everybody else is into. You know, there's some who are trendy, and there's some who are just not so trendy. The ones that are not so trendy, they're not gonna follow up to the new hip hop videos or any other specific music videos. They listen to the old stuff. Uh, they watch whatever they want to watch, but they're not gonna watch the you know stuff that stupid people want to watch, or they want to watch whatever they think is cool, but other people think it's stupid. You know, let's just go back to saying they're their own people. They do whatever they please to do, and they don't follow up to nobody. Um, like I said, with them, it's like they love to stay at home and they don't do shit but just watch TV or play video games or collect something. Like most cancers, they love to collect anything. Collect stamps, collect action figures, collect cards, collect anything. It's like they all about collecting stuff. Or if it's not collecting stuff, they just want to do something they passionately love to do. You know, anything with sports, music, art, anything. They're gonna stick to it. They're very indulgent to that. But sometimes I don't like where cancer is that they're very manipulative when they want to be, and they keep secrets. And whenever they drink and they get drunk, they're a whole different person. What I'm trying to say though is like some cancers, they act really crazy when they're drunk, and then you will eventually know their true colors when they're intoxicated. But when they're sober, you don't know much about them. They want to keep it as a secret if something is bad. But once they're drunk, it's a wrap for them, and you already got your information on how they act. I feel that um, the water represents emotion, and the water flows, and pretty much the emotion and their personality flows like the water. So that's what most water signs are all about. They flow to whatever they go for, and some are just emotional, some are just pathological liars, manipulative, and just straight up attention whores and just drama queens, you know? It's just that with cancers, they're very moody, they're very clingy, they're all in your ass. When you don't want to be bothered with them, they want to know why you're not talking to them, and act suicidal or just being retarded, you know? But it's just that with their imagination, I'm not saying all cancers are just so delusional, but sometimes cancers are just so fucking retarded on their imagination or a certain accomplishment that they want to pursue that it don't make any sense. But you be like, oh, okay, like you be like a child. Like when a child can say, I want to be like Superman when I grow up. You're like, oh, okay, that's nice, Jimmy. That's how you live. Pretty much treat a cancer dream like a child. Like you don't take it too seriously, but it'd be like, oh, okay, all right, well, yeah, Jimmy, yeah. That's how you look at it. But I'm not saying all of them are in denial, but it doesn't mean that they can't dream or have an imagination. It's better to have the imagination than no imagination at all. But it can be scary though, where they don't have any type of sense of reality, where they, like I said, it goes back to their own head. They want to be stuck in their own head, and they don't really get the whole concept of what true life is all about when they are so indulged into their own brains. But I don't really feel like I can elaborate other personal aspects about cancers, but I can only say that they're very family oriented, and they are very clingy, they're very moody when they want to be, and sometimes I don't like that because especially with the guys. But I know like one or two specific guys who are cancers and they're very moody and act like assholes. They act like they on their period. That's the thing. But they're mama's boys. That's the thing. When they're at home, they want their mama to take care of them, cook them dinner, and stuff like that. You know, they love their mama. They love their dad. They love their family. That's a good thing. But even if you're married or in a relationship, they feel like their family is number one. That's the thing about cancers. Their family is their number one priority, and whatever else matters is second. You know, I mean, it's good that they're not selfish people, but at the end of the day, it's like any other zodiac sign. Sometimes their priorities are a little fucked up, but who else is? Nobody's priorities are straight. But it's clear enough for people to understand. But anything else, it's like when they at home or don't want to be bothered, they can be very lazy. They don't want nothing to do with people. They don't want to do nothing but just sit there and just be in their own shell, just in their own world, have their heads so shoved up in their own asses. But that's all they do. You know? Keep it cool. Keep it this way. It's kind of boring, but they love to be boring. That's their life, and they don't give a shit. I don't know what else to say. I can only, give you everything else I can give you about Taurus. I mean, Cancer. I'm sorry, Cancers. So with me as an Aries, I can't really be too intertwined with Cancers when it comes to relationship because I'm a fire sign, they're a water sign. So it's not going to add up too well if two elements are not going to be, compatible and can't combine in a good structure. So it's like mixing with, blood is thicker than water and stuff like that, and it's just a bad combination with me and Cancer. That's just how it is, just metaphorically speaking. It's like it don't work out too well because it's a complete opposite. So anyways, people, I'm done here. I was wondering if you guys who are Tauruses out there, please enlighten me on certain traits that Cancers do, and also leave your comment and like this video, and also for everybody, do the same and subscribe to my channel. Alright, SBX wrapping this shit up. Thanks for watching. Peace out.